Hello students, in this video we will solve unsolved problem of S.C. Verma class 9th physics book. So these are the contents of this book. First chapter is measurement, but in the measurement chapter there is no unsolved problem given in this book. So we are starting from the second chapter, describing motion. So objective questions, pick the correct option. So a particle is moving with a constant speed. So in this question they have mentioned it, the particle is moving with a constant speed. This means that if a particle is moving with a constant speed, that means the particle is moving continuously. So first option is the wrong option. And the word constant represent that equal distance, it cover equal distance in equal interval of time. Yes, so the B option is the right option. Second question, a particle move with a uniform velocity. Again uniform velocity. So options are, the particle must be at rest. No, particle because there is some velocity, so particle will not be at rest. The particle move along a curved path. If a particle move along a curved path, that means at every instant of time the the direction is continuously changing. That means the velocity will not remain the constant. So the second and third option, because in both the options curved path and circle are given, both are wrong. So the particle move along a straight line is the right answer. If a particle cover equal distance in equal interval of time, then it is said, if a particle is moving and it covers the equal distance in equal interval of time, then that means it is said to be rest. No, it is not said to be rest. Move with uniform speed. Okay, in this question they have not mentioned about the direction, so equal and distance they are writing, so we can say that move with uniform speed is the right answer. In the fourth question, a quantity has a value -6 meter per second. It may be meter per second represents the unit of speed and velocity, and but negative sign shows the direction. So we can say that velocity of a particle is given in this question. The area under a graph between two quantities gives the unit of meter per second. If we plot a graph between two quantities and if we want to calculate the area under the graph, that means we are multiplying the x-axis quantity and y-axis quantity, x-axis quantity and y-axis quantity. So we can write, and we should get meter per second. So we can, if we multiply meter per second square to the second, then only we can get meter per second. So acceleration, so that means meter per second square should be on y-axis and time will be in the x-axis. So acceleration and time, the graph will be in between acceleration and time. The area under the speed time graph is represented by, again if you want to calculate the area under the speed time, so that means in the x-axis they have written speed, y-axis they have written speed, and x-axis they have represented time. That means the area under is meter per second multiplied by second. So the unit will be meter. So the A is the right answer. The velocity time graph of a particle is not a straight line. Its acceleration is. If we draw a graph between on y-axis velocity and and on x-axis the time, and they are saying that the graph is not a straight line. That means any curved uh, graph will be there, any curve. So that means, that directly means that the velocity is not constant, and at the same time acceleration is also not constant. So variable acceleration is the right answer. In the eighth question, if a particle move with a constant speed, the distance time graph is, if we plot a graph between uh, distance and time, and the graph, they are saying that if a particle move with a constant speed means the graph should be like this between distance and time. Okay, so the graph is a straight line, so A is the right answer. In ninth question, the distance time graph of an object moving in a fixed direction is shown. They have mentioned about the direction also, and they are showing the graph between distance and time. The object is at rest. No, distance is continuously changing, so we cannot say that the object is at rest. Move with constant velocity. Yes, the object is moving with constant velocity because they mentioned the direction, and distance time graph is a straight line. That means velocity is there. The distance time graph between of an object is shown in the diagram. Y-axis distance and time, and the distance is, as the time passes also the distance remain constant. That means mm, at 12:30 the object is at the same distance, that at 1 o'clock the object is again the same distance. That means distance is not changing, the object is at rest. Okay, 11th question. The speed time graph of an object in a fixed direction is shown in the diagram. This is speed, this is time, and speed time graph is a straight line. That means mm, and they mentioned about the direction also. So they move with a constant acceleration. The speed time graph of an object moving in a fixed direction is shown in the diagram. This is speed, this is time. Speed is a constant term. Again, they mention the direction also. And but in the answer they gave the speed term only. So yes, it is a constant speed because speed is remaining same. So moves with a constant speed. In a circular motion, the direction of the motion is fixed. Okay, let me first draw the circular motion. uh, at every instant of time, the direction is continuously changing. So the object, if the object is moving with v velocity, and the direction is continuously changing, so direction of the motion changes continuously, so B is the right answer. Okay, now make the statement true or false. If A move with respect to B, then B also move with respect to A. Okay, let's first draw the diagram. These are two objects, A and B. Okay, if A is moving with respect to B, that directly means that B also moving with respect to A. Yes, this is true. Because everything, the motion is a respective quantity. The scalar quantity can be added according to the rule of arithmetic. Arithmetic addition means simple addition. Like in math, whatever the addition we used to do, mm, the addition is similar. Uh, the addition is known as arithmetic. So for the scalar quantity, because there is no direction term are there, so We can add the quantities as arithmetic addition. Yes, true. For the vector quantity, we should follow the vector rules, in which we should mention, or we should be very careful about the direction also. In the third question, the magnitude of the displacement of a particle can be greater than the distance traversed. Displacement is a vector quantity, distance is a scalar quantity. Always a vector quantity, uh, either less than or equal to the scalar quantity. Always the scalar quantity, the magnitude of the scalar quantity will be more compared to vector quantity. So but in the question they are saying that the magnitude of the displacement of a particle can be greater. No, no, it is not possible. False. The magnitude of the displacement of a particle can be equal to the distance traveled. Yeah, a scalar and vector quantity can be equal if an object is moving in the same direction in a straight line, the then the distance and displacement both are same. So this is true. Vector quantity can be added according to the rules of arithmetic. No, vector quantity can't be added uh, according to the arithmetic rule. For them we should follow the vector rules. So false. The displacement of a particle in a 10-minute interval is 0 if a particle at every instant in this interval must be 0. Okay, so they are saying that displacement is 0. That directly means that velocity is 0. No, because if an object is moving from A to B and then it is returned to A again, in this case the distance displacement is 0. But that doesn't mean that the velocity is 0, because the particle is moving from A to B, then again returning to B to A. So no, mm, uh, there no, it doesn't mean that velocity is, it doesn't mean that velocity is 0. Sorry. So this is false. A particle is known to be rest at time t is equal to 0. Its acceleration at t is equal to 0 must be 0. No, if we are dropping an object from some height at t is equal to 0, the velocity, the initial velocity is the an initial velocity of the object is basically 0, but gravitation is working in the downward direction, so acceleration is there. So this is false. There must be some other examples also, but I'm explaining with these examples. For a particle moving with a constant velocity, the distance time graph is a straight line. If a particle is moving with the constant velocity and we want to calculate the graph between distance and time, okay, wait, if a distance and time, constant velocity, so the graph will be like this. So straight line, yes, this is true. Okay, that okay. For a particle moving with a constant acceleration along a straight line uh, with the velocity time graph, if a particle is moving with a constant acceleration along a straight line, okay, if you want to again plot a graph between velocity and time for a particle moving with a constant acceleration, and on y-axis velocity is there, on x-axis time is there. Okay, so for a particle moving with a constant acceleration along a straight line, constant acceleration, then the graph is like this. Yes, it is a straight line. True. Now fill in the blanks. A vector quantity has magnitude as well as direction. Distance is a scalar quantity because it has no direction. Similarly, displacement is a vector quantity because it is having direction. Kilometer per hour square is a unit of acceleration. The slope of distance time graph. Distance and time graph. The slope, for the slope we basically divide the y-axis quantity to the x-axis quantity. So displacement divided by time will give us meter per second, that is the unit of velocity, but they are saying it is distance, so we can say that the slope of distance time graph gives the speed. The speed time graph for a particle moving at a constant speed is a straight line. Okay, the speed time graph for a particle moving with the constant speed. Okay, now if we plot a graph between speed and time, and speed is constant, that means this, so it is parallel to the time axis, when an object move in a fixed direction with a uniform acceleration, the speed time graph is a, when an object is moving in the fixed dimension with a uniform acceleration, the speed time graph. Okay, this is the graph. If you want to plot a graph between speed and time, and with a uniform acceleration, so the graph is like this. The speed time graph is a straight line. The area under the speed time graph gives, again if we want to calculate the area, we multiply the y-axis to the x-axis. So y-axis quantity is speed because they are asking for the speed time graph, that means meter per second multiply by time, so distance. So the area under the speed time graph gives the distance. The area under the velocity time graph, the area under the velocity time graph, because speed time graph we are getting the distance, velocity in the velocity time graph we will get the displacement. That's it for this video. We'll continue the rest of the questions in the next video. Thank you.